Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And tonight, the content that we're going to hit on is something that Steve Dettlebach, the director of the ATF, just said in Congress. And the big hint here, it is not that he doesn't know what an assault weapons ban is. It's something else he said in a snippet that is being thrown around the internet like crazy, but there's a bigger piece, which he alluded to, that I'm not seeing picked up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think on this one and share it out as well. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn the notification bell on. We need as many of you as we can to get into the fold with us to help share this information and pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation, just like it was handed to us. Thank you so much in advance for your consideration, but let's dive in. I'm about to show you a clip. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this clip. It's about the ATF director not knowing what an assault weapons ban is, but that's not the point. Let me show you this clip, and then we're going to break it down because this is a key point of our fight.
Would you define an assault weapon for me?
So
If you go past 15 seconds, I'll just interrupt you.
so I'll go shorter than that because I honestly do think if Congress wishes to take that up, I think Congress would have to do the work, but we would be there to provide technical assistance. Unlike you, I'm not a firearms expert to the same extent as you may be, but we have people at ATF who can talk about velocity of firearms, what damage different kinds of firearms cause, so that whatever determination you chose to make would be an informed one.
Did you go to Harvard Law School?
I might have to plead guilty.
All right.
I'm sorry.
The ATF director, sitting ATF director, can't define an assault weapon, and the talk has been, this is so embarrassing because he can't even define an assault weapon, but that's not the most important part of what he just said. It's a huge piece that's embarrassing as can be, but there's a reason that he can't answer that, and it's not because he doesn't know. The reason that he can't answer that to Congress, it lies in the rest of his answer. He pushes it back directly to Congress. Now, on the high level, you would think this guy doesn't even know what an assault weapons ban is. How could he possibly go down the road of banning them or curtailing them or doing anything else like executive bureaucracy rules like the ones we've seen in pistol braces and ghost guns? The reason that he put it off on Congress is really twofold. One, it is Congress's duty to legislate. It is not the executive branch, which kind of flies in the face of what we've been seeing from the Biden administration because they haven't been able to get all of their dreams for gun control achieved. So they've gone through the executive bureaucracies and they've adjusted law and reinterpreted law inside the Gun Control Act of 1968 and the NFA of 1934. Now, those two pieces are crucially important, particularly the Gun Control Act of 1968. He can't answer what an assault weapon ban is, what an assault weapon is, because it's not in the 1968 Gun Control Act. He draws all of his legislative and authority from that act, which is why inside the ghost gun regulation and inside the pistol brace rules that they've put out in their term in the Biden administration, they've always referenced back in some way to the Gun Control Act of 1968 because it is inside that law that they're drawing all of their authority to regulate. That's the important piece here. He doesn't put it back to Congress because he says, oh, I just don't know, I'm an idiot. What he does is he says, well, that's Congress's job because all of his authority is drawn from a bill that Congress passes. Now, the embarrassing part about this is even the Senate or the committee that he's being interviewed didn't even catch it. The big talking point and flashpoint was he doesn't know what an assault weapons ban is. The crucially important piece is two things. One, he is admitting that all of his power comes from the 1968 Gun Control Act, which has been passed by Congress. Congress makes the laws, executive enforces. ATF is in the executive. Everything that we need to destroy the ATF's overreach in the pistol brace rule, the ghost gun rule, and a lot of their other activities is in this response. And it's not that he doesn't know what an assault weapons ban is or assault weapon is. It's where he's drawing the definitions because that is in the Gun Control Act of 1968. And in changing the Gun Control Act of 1968 definitions, you now fall in the NFA, the National Firearms Act of 1934. The big important piece here is he is openly admitting, again, which he's had a tendency to do in front of Congress. He's admitting that Congress makes the laws and they do not have the authority and they are usurping power from the legislative branch. This is one of those things that is so subtle but so key and so important. They may not know, they may not have a brain between their ears, or they may just understand that it's better to be embarrassing than to go against your mandate and understand, or have Congress understand you're overstepping your bounds off a bill they passed into law. This is a massive moment, but it's not because he doesn't know what an assault weapon is. It's because he's referencing back to legislative power and saying, well, Congress, you have to determine what an assault weapon ban is, just like you determined what a rifle was, what a pistol was, what a machine gun was in the Gun Control Act of 1968. That is the important piece. The entire piece here is wrapped around the authority and the place that it is given from. And even Steve Dettlebach knows that he cannot go on his own. He has to go from Congress's legislation. And that is why this is so incredibly powerful. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.